Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just came with a brief update. I picked up something and I'm very happy about it. I just did a video about the ZX7, my O2, the other day, and I scored a second set of bodywork for a song, a complete set. I mean almost complete, about 85 to 90% complete. I'm going to show it to you right now, and looks really good. I got it for well under 500 bucks a song, basically the same price as the made in China stuff, but OEM. Check this out. It's got the tail section there, turn signals, the windscreen, the left side panel, the right side panel, radiator guard. I don't know what they call that. I think they just call that a lower fairing, and the upper fairing, guys, the upper fairing. Now I'm gonna just go over this bodywork real quick and take you in. Excuse my appearance, I'm in my basement. My basement is like a workshop. You can see my bike over here, my track bike that I'm working on. The engine's not in it yet, but let me get back to the topic at hand. Now I'm gonna take you through how much these pieces cost individually. Okay, now this upper fairing, if any of you guys know, brand new, they're like $900. All right, and oftentimes when you buy them used, you'll get tabs that are broken. Don't break it, Nate. But as you can see, my tabs are in really good shape here. There are no cracks. Let me pick this back up. No cracks. And any damage is very light. So if I take you around this side, someone did a lazy job. There's a little bit of rash there. I don't know if you can see it. That's an easy fix, really easy. I can wet sand that smooth, do a couple of passes with an aerosol from Colorite, and then put a little clear over it, let it harden, and then compound it, and brand new. Really happy about that. Right side fairing, just got a little scratch here. I can wet sand that. I can go over that if I really wanted. That's not even visible when it's on the bike. Other than that, the right side is you actually could use a little bit of touching up here, and some scuffs on the decal. Nothing much, not bad for 15-year-old bodywork, right? The left side is the most damaged part of the whole set. There's a little crack there, you can see it. All you got to do is just pull that decal off, put a soldering iron, actually weld it together, use some Bondo, make it smooth, go over it with primer, Cowie green, and a coat of clear, let it dry for about a week, and then put the decal back over it. No damage on that. And tail pieces are good. Zoom in there, the tabs on both tail pieces, no problem, all the tabs are good. They just need a good wipe down, and the windscreen looks great. So all in all, this whole set for under $500, guys. Now, like I said before, this brand new is $900. This brand new is $600. That brand new is $600. That brand new is like $250. That brand new is like $250. The windscreen is like $175. That is like $100. I can't remember. Do the math, guys. And I like to have spares. I mean, if these go out of production, and I don't know if I told you guys, but years ago, you know, I like to ride my green ZX to work, my O2. I ride it to work. I commute on it sometimes, and I parked it, and somebody backed into it, and it didn't hit the ground, but it hit another vehicle that was parked. And fortunately the damage was minimal. I was able to get it fixed, but the reality dawned on me that yo, when you have a bike that's a late model and they don't make really parts for it anymore, you really want to have spares, you know, because not all of us like, or not all of us need to have the latest and greatest. We like to hold on to things that have a little bit of collectible value or some nostalgic appeal. So I like my 02 ZX7. So spares are important to me, and I picked these up, and that's that. So really excited about that. Wanted to bring you this update on my body work for the ZX7. As far as my build series project, I sent my rods off to Carrillo to be reconditioned, and I'm looking at 12 to 13 weeks, man. I'm really I'm really not happy about that wait time. I even called Crower to see the rods that they ordered. Those rods are 5 to 6 weeks if you buy those new. I just don't understand why it's so hard to get connecting rods. So I have a stock set of rods coming this week. They were cheap. I got, believe it or not, they came off of an 02 ZX7. I got them for $25. They're on their way. They're in great condition, and I may just build a motor with the stock rods and either keep the Carrillos for a future build. Maybe I will sell them after they're reconditioned by Carrillo. I don't know yet, but I think I just want to get this build done within the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, and that'll be that. I'm just gonna put those Carrillos on the shelf, man. I mean, it's not like the bike is making 200 horsepower. I mean, if anything, this build will probably be making 120 horsepower to the wheel to 125 horsepower to the wheel when all is said and done. And I think the stock rods can handle that. So just a quick update on the carbs. I'm going to be not rebuilding these carbs, but I will tear them down just to do an inspection, make sure there's no corrosion, make sure that it's clean on the inside. These are the Sudco carbs. They will be mounted, wrong way. They will be mounted in the air box like so on the cylinder head, and I will be running the race airbox configuration. Either a 2 or 3 snorkel. I haven't decided yet. I may set the bike up for both, but depending on the time frame, I may start with the 2 snorkel because the radiator will need to be modified. Over here on this side of my basement slash work space, you can see I have 2 radiators here, one with the Muzzy fan blades, the other one will probably be race only, and I need to cut about 2 inches out of the radiator so I can use the 3 snorkel airbox that you see right here. Okay, so the 2 snorkel is actually, take a quick walk to the other side. The 2 snorkel uses the same body, but it doesn't have that 3rd snorkel underneath it. And I have some more bulb seal coming because this was measured incorrectly, and that won't be used. Over here, just let me get some light over here. Just some more carbs. I'm actually going to be, let me explain to you what these are. These are the CV carbs that came with the race bike that I'm working on, but since I switched to flat slides, I have not been using these. These are CV carbs, 38 millimeters. They have the DynoJet Stage 1 carb kit in there, and they ran very well when I pulled them off the bike. Very, very well. With this, these carbs won't look like the other ones you saw over there, but they will have a plate similar to this, along with rubber boots that were made for the ZX7R model. They're different part numbers. It looks identical, but they're different part numbers, probably because the diameters are different. And we're going to build these out with the OEM settings and not the Sudco settings. So when all is said and done, it'll look something like that. and it'll be set up to the stock airbox and not the race airbox. So once both sets of carbs are built, I will do another video just kind of outlining the differences of the different types of emulsion tubes, like what's a bleed type emulsion tube versus a primary type emulsion tube, and the different types of jets, the long jets versus the regular Cayenne jets, the differences there, why they're like that, the differences in the float bowls, and the velocity stacks and how they mount in the airbox. I'm going to probably do a little bit more detailed video about the differences in those two carbs. I've been getting a lot of comments on the side about it. So those are my ZX7 plans. Spare body work for my O2. I'm going to put the OEM flat slide carbs on my O2 as well after I build them out. And the Sudco FCR flat slide 41mm carbs are going to go in here with the airbox, and we're going to get that engine built. Most likely going to use the stock rods. I don't really want to wait 13 weeks to get this build done. I'm excited to get it done. It won't affect horsepower. It really won't. It won't affect anything actually. The Carrillo rods, they aren't that much lighter than the OEM rods. They just provide more strength. But with 125 horsepower max out of this engine, I don't think that the stock rods will be under any kind of stress. And I really mean that. So I think that's it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this very quick update, and stay tuned for some more updates. When the rods come, I'll get that build started. I'm actually going to be working a lot of overtime next week, so I may not kick off the build next week, but I may kick it off in 2 weeks, and then we can get this thing done and get it ready for early March. So that's it for now, and thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying the content, and if you have any suggestions or recommendations for my channel, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. I just want to bring you good content. If you have any questions about tuning or carbs or 7s or whatever, H2s, MVs, whatever the case, just run it by me, and I'll definitely try to answer to the best of my ability. One last thing before I go. I am actually on the fence about adding a bike to my collection, and I'm going to post a picture, and there it is, the MV Augusta F3 RC for 2018. I like the bike. It's been out for a few years now, and you know, it's a sorted package. It really is a perfect balance of power and handling, and it put a whip into the GSX-R 750. And it's an MV, and I love MV. You know I love MV, so I'm really thinking about adding it to my collection. The RC version, not the base, not the Ago, but the RC. As you can see with the racing scheme that Jules Cluzel raced in World Supersport, and basically took it to everyone and brought some race wins back home to the MV Augusta factory team. So really excited about the bike. Give me your opinions on it. And I know there are a lot of options out there, like the Panigale V4. I'm aware of that. I've looked at that, but I don't know. I'm not really impressed with the whole Panigale line. The 1299 was a monster, and I ran into one at the track last year, but I just really not that impressed with it. I like the F3. I think it'd be a better track bike. I think it'd be easier to go fast on, and I think it's just a ripping machine. So give me your opinions on the F3. I'm leaving the picture up for the closing seconds of my vid, and again, hope you guys enjoying the content, and until next time, thanks for watching. Turbo out.